Hey guys, here's part 4. Now, I'd like to talk about something. Unfortunately, I got an update on April. Unfortunately, on September 24th, 2015, April died. I don't know. We still don't know what the cause of death was. But when I found out, I was so upset and devastated. I spent the whole day crying. My mom had to call my work and tell them I couldn't come in because of it, and they understood. But I was just so upset. I mean, she was one of my dearest friends, and if it had, and my biggest regret was the fact that we never actually got to hang out. We always communicated either by phone, on Facebook, or even in Skype. And I've just been really upset about it, and I mean. I'm still, in fact, it still hurts. Like I can't look at anything Walking Dead, Fast and the Furious, or Minions without thinking of her, because she was she liked Paul Walker. Also, I can't look at Baltimore Ravens stuff either, because she was not only a huge fan of the Ravens, but she was actually friends with several players, including Ladarius Webb, number 21, and like I said, she was a big Walking Dead fan, particularly of Daryl Dixon, and aka who's played by Norman Reedus. She even cosplayed as him when she met him at a convention once, and and it was just really hard. I mean, I'm glad I finally got to see her this past summer, albeit when she was in the hospital. But at least I got to see her in person one more time, but it's just really hard. In fact, last month I imported a cropped picture I taken of her in her pink Ninjetti cosplay from when we first met 3 years ago, and I imported it into the in memory of the end of my next Power Rangers Fossil Surge episode, since it's about the Pink Ranger, and tears started running down my face. I was crying. But April, like I said, was one of my dearest friends. I remember this one time I was in a really bad mood. I posted on Facebook I was really PO'd, and she called me, and we started talking for about 3 hours, and it really helped me out. And when I was in New Jersey over 2.5 years ago, I got really sick with a fever, with a hacking cough, and I was on Skype. She called me up and we talked. She gave me someone to talk to while I was stuck at the beach house my family and I were staying at, and the only the actual company I had was the dogs. So April gave me someone to actually talk to, that would actually talk to me. And like I said, we Skyped a lot. We exchanged text messages. I mean, she was one of my dearest friends, and there were, of course, during this whole thing with her being in the hospital and stuff, there were a few people who were very rude and disrespectful. I won't say what they did, but all I can say is it was very rude, very rude and horrible what they did. But anyway, I mean, to be honest, in honor of April's memory, I plan on naming my first daughter after her. I plan on giving my daughter the first name of April in honor of her, because, like I said, she was a really good friend. I miss her. I just wish we got to hang out. In fact, I remember, in fact, I also know she also has dogs named after Baltimore Ravens. I forgot to mention that, and I got to see some of them, like Little Tucker, when we were Skyping once. But yeah, and it was thanks to April. I'm friends with a female friend named Erin, who Melanie, Bethany, and I call Cowgirl Erin because she's a Dallas Cowboys fan, and it's a way to distinguish her from a male friend named Erin. Anyway, April, like I said, was just an amazing friend. I just wish we got to hang out. I know I said that again, but I can't help it. I do want to thank everyone who helped me, who was saying their thoughts and prayers, and just helping me through all this. Like all my friends, like Allie, Brandy, all my friends in the group of Team Kozlov, Melanie, Bethany, and even certain cosplayers like Hannah May's Cosplay, Yuppie Bunny, Anamia, Annika Magneto, AZ Power Girl Karen Nicole, Tabitha Lyons and her followers who go by Team Tabby, and also my relatives and all kinds of people. In fact, hang on a second. There we go. I have a list right here, actually. Oh, of course, Fantasy Ninja and Intraventus. They helped me through it a lot, as well as, of course, my friends Fox, Rob, John, Buggy, Aaron, all those guys, all those people. In fact, I really appreciate it. In fact, another fact is that April often said how much she misses Fox, Fox, and hope to hang out with her. And one thing I remember April telling me was that one of her biggest dreams was to restore an old Shelby Cobra Mustang. And I took that into consideration when I based some characters in my Power Ranger stories after her. Specifically, I like a friend of my samurai character. Her name is April. I gave her the last name Webb, and her character is a mechanic. And so I drew inspiration from the Shelby Cobra, as well as she's the namesake and basis of the Pink Ranger, my 7th original team, and she commands a Cobra that combines with a sports car. So I thought that'd be nice. And this is going on a little too long. This ends part 1, 2, 3, 5. I got more to talk about. See ya.